Alison and welcome back to The Cleat, a platform to educate and inspire female entrepreneurs to get out of their own way and create a business and life that they really love. Now, this is part 3 in the Crush Your Fears so you can crush it in business series. In part 1, I was asking you to think about what the worst case scenario could be about starting your business. In part 2, I tapped into the fears of not being expert enough. And in this video, I want to explain how we can transform our limiting beliefs in order to overcome our fears. Now, often our fears manifest as a result of our belief system about what we believe about ourselves and what we think we're capable of. If we're scared of something not working out, if we're scared that something's going to go really wrong when we create our business, if we're scared that we're not good enough, chances are that is because of a limiting belief that we possess about ourselves. In order to remove our fears then, or in order to reduce our fears then, it's all about noticing where we suffer these limiting beliefs about ourselves and doing something in order to transform those limiting beliefs into much more empowering ones. When we really believe in ourselves and our capabilities, when we really back ourselves in the way that Kanye backs Kanye, we are then able to go all in on our dreams. We are able to go all in to make our businesses come to life. Crushing your fears, therefore, rests on you recognizing your own self-worth. It rests on you having every little bit of faith that things are going to work out for you. But that all sounds very good and well. But how do we actually overcome these limiting beliefs so we can actually crush our fears? Well, I've got a few strategies for you that have worked really, really well for me. So if you are somebody that feels like you have a lot of fears about starting your business and a lot of those fears rest on these limiting beliefs that you have about yourself, I was in exactly the same place. Before I started my business, I had a lot of limiting beliefs about what I thought I was capable of. And I just didn't think I had it in me to go out and create this 6-figure business. And since then, I have done a complete 180 and I've really become a lot more empowered in terms of what I believe about myself. And this was largely due to a few simple rituals that I've implemented in my day-to-day life. The first of these rituals, really, really simple, and you've probably heard me talk about them before, and that is the power of visualizations and affirmations. I honestly can't stress you enough just how powerful doing these simple things each morning has been to transform my belief system. So visualizations then. So a lot of you may have a vision board about what you want to achieve within your life, but I think it's just as important to have a vision of who you want to be. So in order to increase our self-worth, in order to really believe that we are capable of getting whatever we want in life, that all rests on us being able to vision ourselves as this woman who gets exactly what she wants. So as part of the visualization process then, yes, think about the things that you want to have. So, imagine that dream house or whatever it is that you want to achieve, but also vision you as the woman that you want to be. So vision yourself as that 6-figure business owner. If you imagine yourself being somebody who has a huge amount of influence, vision yourself on a stage giving a presentation to thousands of people. Vision yourself with a huge audience who love what you do and who look up to you and admire and respect you. Vision yourself as this confident woman who knows what she wants and goes out and gets it. Do that every single day, even if you don't quite feel like that woman yet, because I promise you, soon enough, you will actually start to feel like that woman. You'll start to actually act like that woman, and you will all of a sudden have totally overcome any limiting beliefs that you had initially about yourself, and you'll be able to start crushing your fears and crush it in business. Alongside this visualization process is also, you also want to be thinking about affirmations. Again, really, really simple, but super, super powerful. As I mentioned, I suffered a lot with limiting beliefs when I first started out, and I really lacked confidence especially when it came to doing videos actually. I was really sort of nervous about putting myself out there and just had all these fears about what people would think about me and whether I was good enough to start kind of creating videos for my business. And I use affirmations in order to help me crush my fears about creating video. So one of the things that I used to say in front of the mirror every morning, kind of like a crazy person, was I am confident, I am powerful, people look up to me and respect me and admire what I do. I am an influencer in my niche. I am the female Tony Robbins. True story, I still say that today, as embarrassing as that is. But it definitely works, and I think doing this every day on a consistent basis, it has really helped me program my mind for success. It's really helped me transform any limiting beliefs I've had about myself, and it's also helped me overcome my fears. Now, alongside visualizations and affirmations, a second really powerful strategy that you can use to help you transform any limiting beliefs that you have about yourself so you can crush your fears is to recognize throughout the course of your day when you are self-sabotaging yourself. So when you're kind of telling yourself these stories about, oh, I'm not good enough, oh, that was really rubbish, oh, I can't do that, that's not possible for me. Notice whenever you're telling yourself these stories and write them down. So every time you find yourself saying something and revealing to yourself a limiting belief, write it down on a piece of paper. Then what I want you to do is write down next to that limiting belief a much more empowering one. So if you write down, if you find yourself saying, okay, I'm not confident enough to create a Facebook Live for my video, I could never do that, I'm not confident enough, or I'm not outgoing enough, write that limiting belief down, and then right next to it, write down the flip side of that belief. So write down the alternative, and then I want you to say that alternative to yourself 10 times. So again, it's going through sort of this affirmation process. So throughout your day, recognize your limiting beliefs, write down a much more empowering alternative, take yourself off somewhere where nobody can see you, get in front of a mirror and repeat that more empowering belief to you 10 times, to yourself 10 times. My third little piece of advice for helping you transform your empowering beliefs is a bit of a painful one, but it does work, and I found that it's worked with myself as well. So what you want to do is you basically want to get something like an elastic band or a hair tie and put it around your wrist. And every time you notice yourself telling yourself again these self-sabotaging stories, you recognize these limiting beliefs coming up that are making you more fearful, that are holding you back from really achieving what you want. Every time you recognize those things come up, I want you to snap the elastic band on your wrist. It's going to be painful, but I promise you, the more that you're doing that, you're going to condition yourself to this pain response. So every time you start telling yourself these limiting beliefs, you are then going to have this sort of painful response. And as a result, you're slowly conditioning yourself to remind yourself that, okay, I shouldn't be telling myself these limiting beliefs because I'm going to experience pain as a result. So give that a go. Again, it seems a little bit strange, but I found that it's worked for me, and I found that actually it's worked for some of my clients as well. So give it a go. Now, if you try all of these three things together, if you give them all a go, I promise you, after time, if you're consistent with it, if you're doing it on a daily basis, if you're consistent with it, over time, you will begin to notice a massive shift in your belief system. You'll start to feel like you are a lot more empowered. You'll start to feel a lot more capable. And once you really have a stronger belief about yourself and about what you're capable of, all of a sudden, those fears that you had initially will begin to disappear. And as soon as those fears disappear, you will be able to crush it in business. Now, this is the end of the 3-part series of Crush Your Fears so you can crush it in business. But thank you so much for watching. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more motivation, inspiration, and savvy business advice.